Can brony conventions just stop? Please? I'm begging you. Please just stop. Do y'all remember how earlier this year, this past summer, how BronyCon chairman Sheer Goldberg and Josh Dean were proven to be sheltering a sexual predator from public criticism, and the rest of the convention circuit just sort of defended them? Well, one of the conventions I interviewed on the Grizzly the Medic fiasco, PonyVille Ciderfest, did something incredibly stupid again. This is the founder of Generations Against Bullying, James Matthew Dean. His charitable organization has partnered with PonyVille Ciderfest this year. Unfortunately, said founder is also a virulent transphobe and homophobe who supports conversion therapy, which has been deemed abusive and detrimental to the development of children. And no one can say that Dean's ideology doesn't influence the charity, because Generations Against Bullying accepts money from the Assembly of God, a cult-like version of Christianity that is explicitly hateful to LGBTQ+ folks. One of my informants, who was a member of the Assembly in her younger years, was abused by the Assembly and given deep personal trauma for her identity. As a promoter of conversion therapy, James is a direct threat to minors, and therefore it should be against policy for PonyVille Ciderfest to partner with him. But they did, and there's no reason for them not to have known because Charlie, one of the con heads, is Facebook friends with James. Charlie claims that he had Mr. Dean muted on Facebook due to his political ideology, but if that was the case, why on earth would he have partnered with the man's charity? Up until my announcement of this video, Charlie had said and done absolutely nothing about this according to my sources. 2 hours after I made my thread on Twitter announcing that I would be covering this incident, Ciderfest finally put out a statement. The statement declares that unless James steps down, they will be canceling the partnership. They do not mention that he was a founding member of GAB, the extent of the situation, or how long they've known about Mr. Dean's dangerous ideologies. The official statement from Generations Against Bullying is incredibly dishonest and frames the incident as a mistake made by some lowly volunteer, as if Mr. Dean is not in fact one of the co-founders of the organization. They seem to be untrustworthy and incredibly suspicious in my opinion, and it would be in PonyVille Ciderfest's best interest to find a new charity to sponsor with. I would personally suggest Prevent Child Abuse America, as they have incredible charity navigator ratings and a strong history of fighting child abuse. Ciderfest does not care about your safety. They don't care about doing their due diligence or basic research on their partners or anything but protecting themselves. They want to protect their public image by any means possible. You're not fooling anyone, Ciderfest. I'm watching you. Every slip-up you make, I'll be covering until the day your convention shuts down for good. You better watch your backs.